Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Worst. It's late April now and it's been a while, and for that I apologize. What can I say? There's been a pandemic apparently, a lot of vaccines rolling out, we're just returning to in-person schooling. A lot has been going on. And with all of that, it's been kind of less of a priority, to be honest, to make this. And for that, I'm a little embarrassed. And again, I apologize. Here we are, though, with another episode. On this episode of The Worst, I'm going to be talking about something that probably every one of you has been impacted by, something very important and close to home, the reply all email. People, reply all is the worst. Now, to be clear, I don't even know why this is an option on the email servers and all that, but it is. Here we are. So this is what the scenario is. You get an email that goes out to your company, your class, a whole large group of people, your family, and there's like 15, 20, 30, 50, 100 different people on there. If that email goes out to you as an individual, there is no reason you would ever press reply all, except under certain circumstances, which I'll get into in a minute. But we've all received that reply all, and that reply all that you received annoyed you to no end, like it did me, didn't it? Okay? It probably made you cringe. It probably made you upset. It probably made you even laugh, but not in the good way that you're laughing with somebody. You're probably laughing at that person. So in most circumstances, though, it is not appropriate to hit reply all. Can we agree on that? Yes, thank you, Menenberg. Okay, so let's talk about email protocol for a moment. I'm going to set some rules for future use of the reply all. First, I'm going to say this, like as an employee of a large organization, there is standard email stuff that we have. And for whatever reason, the default for our emails, when we receive an email that goes out to a lot of people, the default is to reply all. I don't know why that is. Microsoft fixed that. But such as it is, we need to have some awareness. Does my personal reply need to be read by everybody in the email? There are very few, and I would say maybe two circumstances that you would probably say yes to that question. The first is that what I have to say affects 50% or more of the other people involved in that email. Okay? If it doesn't, you don't reply all. Okay? The other one is if I am myself a person who is involved in the planning of the event, of the meeting, of the presentation or something. So let's say like somebody in my team sent out the email and I'm also on that team. So I might be adding something that clarifies or adds to something that was said in the previous email by the other person on my team. Okay, that is similar to the first scenario where what I say affects 50% or more. So again, if neither of those two things are true, don't reply all. Here are your instead here's your other options. Your other option is if you have something that you need to say to more than just the sender of the initial email, maybe hit reply and then CC the people that you need to email. That's it. Pretty simple. If you have any understanding of how the internet works, how email works, you should be able to figure this out. If you don't, you have no business at all doing anything but replying to the sender alone. Okay? Another situation where reply all might be okay. And this is, again, I'm just laying down the rules. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to your comments and suggestions. But this is what Menenberg thinks about this situation. If there are fewer than 5 people on the email, the initial email, then it's probably okay to reply all. Okay? And this is a scenario where, like, again, going back to our earlier situation where your reply probably affects 50% or more of the people, that the probability goes up, right, when there's fewer people on the email train. Another one would be like if it's people that you all know, right? Like if everybody on the email is very familiar or related to each other, like a family email, it might be okay. But even then, I would say it's probably not appropriate if your reply, again, doesn't impact or affect at least 50% of the recipients. We get enough junk email. We don't need to hear your one-line response that's nonsense. Furthermore, more often than not, you're embarrassing yourself by hitting the reply all. You're embarrassing yourself because you're demonstrating you don't know basic email etiquette. And you're also showing that you don't know how to operate your email server. Okay? That's too bad. That's a shame. People, I have been guilty of this. I've done it at least 2 times in my professional career. And to those recipients of those emails, I sincerely apologize. I already apologize, but I'm doing it again publicly. For the rest of you, it's really important to go forward and do this in a productive and positive and efficient way. Let's not bombard each other with nonsensical reply all emails. It's garbage. You're better than that. You don't need to fall prey to this nonsense. Now, side note, I had a discussion with my class about some other scenario that wasn't related at all to email probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I asked the students what should happen to somebody who does this thing, right? I'm not going to get into that thing because it's not what the topic of today's episode is. But what I do want to hear is, what do you think should be the penalty of violating the reply all amendments, the reply all laws that Menenberg has laid down, the etiquette that I have set forth boldly for our society? What should happen to those people? What should we do with the perpetrators? How should we fix them? Put those comments, the suggestions on the video. Let me know what you think. And hopefully together we can fix what is wrong with our emails in our society. Until next time, people, remember that life is about choices. We'll see you then.